These are my trials of belief. On trial for all I was not, defending all that I am. Only one judge, the final verdict is decided by fate. An endless expedition, exposing the inner realms of my mind, reading in between the lines of guidelines that outline my existence in this superstructured society. On trial for all I was not, defending all that I am. The final verdict is, how is it that one single person can redefine social structure and morality and cause such a great impact on this state of reality as we know it? One's own depicted disillusion can remake our living institution, get away with cold-blooded murder if it's out of revenge in a time of war under God's name, defamate an entire universe and send out this curse to break through horizons beyond the breaking point of our own shortcomings and limitations. Before you know it, one hemisphere will paint a hero, as another paints that hero as the enemy. Who are we but the empty, unkept promise of unity? On trial for all I was not, defending all that I am. Is there a just cause? Was there a just cause? Is there just a cause, or just be a cause? Just see the cause and become the cause just because what? Because someone decided to stand up for the side that we never bothered to take the time to get to know. And getting to know television truth was dissected and canceled out as an illusion. When we vote, what do we hope for? Do we hope for a president, a dictator, a savior? Tell me, what flavor do you savor? Or are you just concerned for those you select to care about? How about care about everybody, despite their whereabouts? I care about the world, not a state, and not with hate. Will I ever get an answer back on why we are so multiculturally packed and still the majority of cop stats still stack false facts against skin black? Do they still see do-rags and chains and white hoods and the right to tame someone a bloodthirst cursed savage calls uncivil? Well, he scribbles baby dribble on bell curves and thin European shapes and slave rapes, and I gave names to the corpses piled high in one grave, only remembered as numbers by the unsaved God-fearing sneering beasts we perceive as God-clean kings and queens. These mortals are not gods. A mortal who believes he or she is a god is spiritually lost. Their soul was tossed on an auction block, used as a building block to rebuild a false empire. Babylon fire burned crack pipes under lighter lights, enslaved free men back on control again. I am not the anti-any of them. Revolution him, reevaluate him, create him, hate him, forsake him, mate him. You made him, pray on him, and pray for him. In these testing days of revelation, I seek elevation, going up, up, and away to find a new day. We only make our bed in our head to cover up the regret of never stopping bloodshed, only revolving the thread, never evolving ahead. On trial for all I was not, defending all that I am, judged by guilty men, but there is only one judge, and the final verdict is faith. Let us arise to the level we should have been on since the first day, and never again be led astray. Led astray by another person's disillusion. Misinterpretation held no solution. It was a representation of all the pollution that's been flowing through the air, decreasing one's own compassion to care, flowing through the air with man-made disease and lynch rope. You say you hold the truth, but when times are too hard, you too hold the noose. Let us no longer focus on this abuse. Untie the knot in that rope like laces on your shoes. Take them off before walked-on souls have been ridden too thin. As you hide them in your closet, tighten the knob on the faucet that leaks. Drop truth like water as you speak. Vengeance we must no longer seek. How is it the media feeds answers? Well, we are incapable of asking one question to provide support for these answers. I am only one human being who has seen dreams and nightmares share the same time of sleep. I've committed wrongs which only left the right aftermath. Truly learned from past transgressions through depression and oppression. And now I ask, have you learned enough of this lesson to realize this trial will decide your fate? Do you have enough faith to believe me? When I say I speak deep from my heart, I don't want to lead you, I don't want to feed you, I just need you to know the truth. Her and him, us and them, they which all are a part of the same uprooting stem. You and I and you. Let's open up those closed fists, extend our arms like branches sprouting open palms. Ignore all future wars and explore the warmth of a global embrace. Erase the hate, taste this grace. Look me in the face and believe in being free. Then you may believe in being free. Then you may believe in being free, and then you will be. These were my trials of belief. On trial for all I was not, defending all that I am. Only one judge awaits me. There is only one judge. There is only one me. there is only one verdict, faith, and that verdict conjures my true judge to exist before me. On trial for all I was not, defending all that I am. On trial for all I was not, defending all that I am. On trial for all that I was not, defending all that I am. A pen and a paper in one hand, a magnifying glass in the other. Observing my own inner guilt, I discover the Lord in my heart. I write the words heard while speaking with him. Happiness, only but a lost memory. He helped me remember that sometimes even I forget. This day may be my first, born into a new beginning. The very inspiration for compassion, the thought of a great idea, the eyes in the picture staring at the painter, the full pocket of poverty enriched with change. He who once committed sin, now he who awaits redemption. Cleansed, believe in being free, then you may believe in being free, then you may believe in being free, then you may believe in being free, and then you will be free. And I roam through this man-made alteration of limited escape, searching for authenticity, grazing within the fields of imitation. Reality seems to only be acted out on the other side of the screens as we trade in our dreams to become a spectator, spectating spectacles, over-exaggerated to seem more spectacular than they actually are, only to walk outside and mock the thoughts of fictitious creators. In our world, living in theirs, giving in ours to be a part of the commotion. Let me repeat. In our world, living in theirs, giving in ours to be a part of the commotion. Where is the meaning in all of this? Why exist if all it means to live is to shapeshift into gust of winds? They comment, go with the flow. And what does it mean to be if being is only believing but never being, only seeing what they sell through plots, distracting us from true means for survival, living in denial. To set style is different, truly unacceptable, in a world where everyone tries to be everyone else and never themselves, and being that someone else is that same oppressor responsible for massacre. Why bring back the destruction of our own identity, but compliment only complimentary, to add us to their menu, cage us in their zoo, and swallow the key to our freedom. An ongoing circle, an ongoing circle, an ongoing circle, afraid to make the same mistakes. Thoughts of separating from everyone who paints themselves in public with happiness, but how is this? As they walk by me with two balled up fists, what troubles them if happiness they claim fame with exists? Do they only persist to carry on the image until they finally reach what's been producing beats in their hearts since the first hour of their arrival? Living in denial. Where's this sadness come from that strums at life's strings, producing notes so tantalizing and sweet? The melody carries the mood away. Removed today. Now every movement will be predetermined by what professionals say. Please stay. They whine over and over. Who's more colder, the failure or the unforgiver? Or are they both two lost souls caught in the realms of make-believe, which we weave so we may carry fantasy on our side and act out our actions that were never ours to begin with? The world can be an ally. Sharing two worlds may result in intergalactic battle. Emotions are herded like cattle into a slaughterhouse, butchered, minced, prepackaged, and up for sale. But who's buying this up by the tons, causing this product to be a rerun, daily purchase? We run daily to research this thing we call a heart, transfigured by Cupid's sharpened arrow, and a mind we find to no longer produce but reproduce baby thoughts, babbled in talk, prematurely brought. This is not the act of God, but the lack of thought strengthened by the will to learn. Fires must burn. Could these evil beings I see be germs? Will I too catch frustration if they throw it? And you wonder why I walk on the other side of the street, keeping distance from these beasts, grown within the image of imitating life. That is what these lifeless parasites can do. Now, I'm not one to call names, but I am one to call some by their names. I take aim at gathering consciousness, separating from these packs of children thirsting for blood, fed madness through sound waves, TV death scenes replaying their visions on a mission to paint the town red with blood of the people they say are sick. Politics can work in slick. Fear the stick they use to beat on the misunderstood. Shades of difference, clashing like night and day. Suns with flames prey under the light of the moon. On the stars' wallets, only to find they are all hovering equally. They're broke too. Fallen, but not forgotten by viewers out there in TV land. If he was in a movie, then he must be the walking prophet. No prophet, but a prophet. There was a point, and who forgot it? Who lost it? Some caught it. Blind leading the blind with paper and plastic gold. Souls stole was sold for fool's gold. Worthless on an ongoing cycle of repetitive emptiness, searching for happiness that was only an image, but never existed. An on-going circle. An on-going circle. An on lost in circle. Wandering aimlessly through the wilderness, reconstructed into suburban convenience. In this world of words, changing sentence have-nots into obedient servants on command. When the tables conspire against you in their favor, seen as a skeptical control by amateur players. What was greater than the sound of those simplicity? Is this the infinity we wish to continuously repeat and breathe for? I absorb the unwritten dialect, speak in reverse patterns, and gather all ideas back into my thoughts, for the correct time is not. So I wait against the fence, the distance of my boundaries limit, and crawl on it in circles, searching for an exit, entering yet another field of repetitious disturbance, incapable of channeling peace anytime soon. Slowly poisoned by the fumes of a muffled exhaust, lost in an unorganized, culturally confused refuge of fools, pale children ashamed of their complexion, carving away at their reflection, careful on their selection of what to finally admit they might like to be a part of. What happened to the love? Now only comparison to what was once lost. A secluded depressive trying to find someone's hand to hold. This overloads and refolds back into slavery. She must do as he says on command. Jump, hump, come into this macho man servitude. Rude, cruel whips acquit her chance of freedom with the chains he paints on her very existence. Trying to hide in a womb and look away from the world he was brought into through her. I am trying to reach that extra mile, to preach to that confused child, to seek exit out of the wild, and to speak cool, calm, and mild, while all pre-selective present styles create war fields on mental fields of misconcepted, confusive explanations of what's real. I reveal individuality is a lost token, traded in for half-assed cracker-jack surprises. I realize a sunrise cannot find the time to read in between the lines under moonlight, and all the words I recite don't seem to be right in this simple world's insight. This is so much more than any of us can ever imagine. It's all here, waiting for the reawakenings of sleepwalkers lost in subconscious sequence. Daily events prevent the evidence from being read by justice. My friends, it's just us. Let's work on the trust. Only time these days we unite, we combust. Explosive on impact. White, black, rock, rap, dude, whack. What's up with that? Color contact, connect, mix and match. Color contact, connect, mix and match. Color contact, connect, mix and match. Color connection, dispatch. We have a APB, yes, an APB out on you and me. We have a APB, yes, an APB out on you and me. We have a APB, yes, an APB out on you and me.
Attention all units, we have a APB, yes a APB out on you and me. Attention all units, attention all units, attention all units, we have a attention all units, attention all units, we APB, yes a APB out on you and me. Said a APB, yes a APB out on you and me. An APB out on you and me.
Holds this girl's hand tighter, looks past my way with anger, trying to feel secure, uncertain of my crossing. She speaks gibberish and attempts to make someone other than her only friend know of her existence, acting foolish for no reason, to laugh about this later and feel more beautiful than the unattractive person she thinks she is, by confronting a stranger and proving her unkempt fashion is a clown that just isn't funny. She paints her face at the booth with animal-tested ingredients because the television commercial told her you were only beautiful when you are colonially beautiful, covering the width of her nose, the slant of her eyes. Yes, this is a disguise of a naturally beautiful woman trying to be as ugly as a mask with a cosmetic mask so she may fit into that size 1 Skella dress. He is no more than 8 and wants to fast forward, stealing daddy's cigarettes and mimicking half-ass MTV rap artists with kindergarten lyrics. She unbuttons one more button, exposing the side of her breast. I must confess she is rather sexually appealing, but what is she feeling after revealing more than her soul while being referred to as a hoe? Dignity has got to be around here somewhere. Is she scared, or does she just take the dare to be a potential contestant for a gang rape? All she knows is the style of how rap video hoes wear their clothes, and she wants to walk around pretending to be on TV. But what happened to that Huxtable, respectful image once seen? How is this individuality when she looks like every other porn star out there? He has no friends and decides it's easier to run the fool than to sit down and think, so he pretends to hate another race just because he cannot face the blame and break the change producers paint, selling the subconscious stories telling of how it is. People are gathering by color code, fed propaganda, only uniting on a moment of crisis. Tomorrow will be another divided day, by the night of emptiness and broken promises. When will we all decide to leave these petty agendas aside? Remain proud without hatred or disguise. Connect all broken ties and realize we are all on the same side. They are all on the same side. No left without a right, right without a left. Understand the concept that we are a global body that could rule a divine planet together. Let us come together, run together, plan together, stand together, and become together. We, so much more company than just you or me. I see no enemy, but separatists in need of being loved. That kiss, inspiring 1,000 words, passion fulfilling my every sense, heart beating, bongo drum, setting sunshine as my E. Weather, most likely in the 50s. Physically I freeze, mind peaks over matter. Spiritually you brought heat, having me want to shout out 4-letter words. No, not those of a curse, but those you deserve. I reserve all of my attention for you. Gates of paradise I have looked through as I kissed you. I want to be the hell with wanting. I am all that and more, for as our lips locked, my esteem rocked, destroying any writer's block, trying to stop me from writing this. Of you I dreamt. Dream, only a sign soon to come as time began passing. Eyes open some, all ash faded away. I see my heart burn, setting you, the phoenix. That embrace, blushing my face, opening gates of the grace that awaits the next date. What have I made when I began to say what I feel? I'll tell you definition front to back of the world's word real. My reality, your existence, my mentality, transforming my mentality, reforming, transfigured, metamorphing my woe mentality. Helping me see, I found my he in between her and she. I accepted all sides of my life, feminine to masculine, squashed them together, now forever confident. What was not, now is. What is, now is not. Seclusion, an illusion, confusion, a disillusion. losing, no dueling, but refueling the emptiness with the emotion potion I'm hoping to taste and sip upon like wine once more. The sweetest taste, loveliest face, breathtaking grace, each and every exact place of your figure triggers me into romance. I'll be the cupid arrow to your heart, never to part. She with her art, me with the he with art, he with art, her art, she with art, she and art, him and heart, he art equals heart. So hard, so deep, I creep and sleep of your dream and leave the key to my complete being, that is always being with you. That kiss. I will bear the soul of my fictitious spiritual encounter of who I was. The sun which stands until Eve enters to tuck me in, so we could dwell within the shadows of the night. Many fear the night and pray for the day to take away humane brigades with masculine display. Enslave through work during the day, sleep in the night, while the moon offers an inhumid light to adjust within my sight, opening my third eye as sunshine I go blind. Always a metaphor many male will endorse to keep me on all fours, melting me to the floor. Metamorphed with ultraviolet shot through ultraviolet rays. Mother Nature nurtures me with precious waves. I've rode for days in calm seas now. Calm I see, until I embrace the moon and find you as my Eve. Splitting me into atoms between he and she. Both of me, only one side controls clones of me. Many atoms assemble atoms, so why is it so hard to believe? Offer you two lips with hopes my two lips have arose closer to your rose, slithering down the vine of your spine, reconnecting mine with your mind, to bloom the coming of a moon and blossom you in truth. I come alive with Eve. Why so hard to believe? I found my he in between her she, and dreamed of sheep that leaped over hearts, sprinkling them with art, therefore creating my he art, therefore creating my he art, therefore creating my heart. Only call yourself a woman if you merge with me. Only call yourself a female if you feel this male. Your independence is as a girl. I redefine your mind to the definition and read you, girl. Gift is really love, because this girl's gift is really love. I repeat, her gift is really love. Gift is really to be loved and not just pushed and shoved in the gardens of lust. I play no serpent and tempt with no apple. I tackle emotionless, releasing these seclusive shackles. Mix with you and sip all fruits through Snapple. Why so hard to believe? My Eve presides within the night. My sight opens wide and my eyes adjust to the sight of comfort. She comforts with moonlight. There I go again, her closely related, similar to him. I mean, this gift is really love. So lady, that is why I call you a girl. Then as I enter your world, you become the world for this man, the world for this man, the world for this man. That, whoa man, that's what I mean when I say I can make you a woman. If you feel this male, then female, my soul will no longer be fiction. If we can make art together, then I will forever have a heart. Every time I'm inside of you, I'm trying to push deep enough to touch your soul. Become one with your thoughts, share each beat of your heart, love you like no one else ever has. Every kiss delicate, fine-tipped with the right dose of passion. Licking your lips, proving my love, sucking you, French kissing between your thighs while staring deep into your eyes. I want my touch to be the last you will feel of the night, and first before morning's light. And my thrust to be a liberating lullaby, freeing you through dreams where it seems neither have left. Just call me the sniper who targets bad sex, conjuring orgasms, I resurrect back spasms, fucking you while at the same time making love to your mind. Each and every thrust will put a new shine on your spirit. Call my name, ask for more, let me hear it. I'll go for days non-stop to thrive any hunger and feed you more, until you have truly absorbed complete satisfaction, physically and mentally. Your mentality, my valley, I walk, brushing feet upon your thoughts, avoiding the wrong spots, wish to be forgot. I'll make you evolve from smooth player to the woman saying a prayer, asking for this to last forever. Together, never once sever. I want you to be with me completely. I grow gradually in terms of salary, but just carry faith in me and I'll treat you, my queen, the way you have always deserved to be treated. I have defeated all doubts, walked with you in public proud, to call you my friend, companion, Oscar to Ralph Crandon, lover under or over the cover, she who recovered me, saving me from being consumed by the disease known as heartless masculinity. 'Cause now I see what I once had a dream of became real love. I have something to say. Did I say it today? Or do you want to just hear it one more time? Make this line rhyme. Yeah. Hear it one more time? Alright. I love you. I'll say it again, announcing to the heavens, bouncing on circular winds that spin to blend repetitious patterns, greater every time revolved, all problems solved, just by thinking of the other. You I love, yes Lord, I love her. Have I finally discovered the abbreviation for girl, G-I-R-L, cause her gift is really love. I repeat, her gift is really love. Yes, you my sand woman, sprinkling me as I sleep with dreams, reaching a consciousness of reality. You say you need me, I say I need you. All heartless, thankless games are through. I have found I am one, you are one, and that makes two truly formed by one. Yes, we have won, all uncertainty undone. My key frees moons and suns from ever being separated. I see stars throughout the days and suns at midnight. Clock strikes, but time is on our side, cause it speeds up the process to see you again. It feels you never left. Every time together, time resets. Every time, the first time. Passion, desire, lust, love, affection, and all else rebel, refusing to shed or fade away. It's always the first time, for it's always as special, and always the last, for we share the same vessel. Until the end of time, it will always be you and I finally discovered the truth and reason of my very being, that is, being in love with you. We walk as fast as the path we seek. We talk as fast as the words can speed. We walk as fast as the passage we have seen. We talk as the words speak, differing worlds seen. Escape is the true entrance we search for, to be nothing but the only everything. No title necessary, all control desired, wanting to decide what happens next. The bedroom can be an entire atmosphere. One district, large as a world. State, a universe. State of mind. State of chaos. State your name for the record and autograph a copy just in case someone remembers you. Profiteers can be such the entrepreneur. One message to massage the mentality of these states. Hours can make years and minutes can phase decades. Only in seconds fate can be changed, like seasons, like socks, like ridden tires, rotating, revolving, running all these circles, feet can swell. You say once before, you feel real. How did that feel? What was felt? Closing the door behind can blind reality. Failing to realize fantasy can be deadly in a large dose. In the dark, a rose under the moonlight, staring at the stars in silent beauty. How long till one of us pluck that flower and watch it fade away? Day after day, the tip of a blade draws closer. Conspirators unseen creep deep in sleep through the radio and TV, whispering propaganda, instigating, separating. How much longer until the insecure begin segregating again? A madman roams alone in the cold. Time machine zones have him trip in ancient Rome. The voice of Caesar at the bottom of the bottle, reuniting in marble coliseums with hallucinations of the past. He was falling to the calling of those following, while crawling, wallowing inside of a prison he made. They, the guardian. He, the new slave, trade freedom for humiliation. Why destroy yourself? Why not employ yourself to work things out? Life is a beautiful thing if you hold on to it. The empty light afflicts. No spark in the arch exists. Give this pessimist some positive fluid. Once, the Lord touched our lives with each other's fingers. I can still almost taste the sweet scent of the nectar off her lip, the pollen between her hips, the food for thought from our lost conversation, the feel of her touch, passion and warmth, Jack Frost nipping at my heart. It was I who tried so hard, force broke it apart. This life left its mark, so now allow us to restart. The alternator, altered by alterations, manipulation of the friend sets on a bench reminiscent of yesterday. Block by block, I must rebuild what I once destroyed. We walk as fast as the path we seek. We talk as fast as the words can speed. Out of our mouths scrambled like eggs of that last IHOP breakfast. We walk as fast as passages seen. We talk as the words speak worlds of difference. In time, I will be out there, looking through and into you from head to soul. You are not a sun, but a rainbow. My tears rain, clear them away. I am not as insane as they think. Misunderstood, mistaken, confused, refused, reused, reread. The sign of our times like street signs symbolize that which must be done. Become one, and leave the anger behind the locked door. Ignore the knocks. No one in that zone is home right now. In a world, inside a world, in my world. Well, in your world, caged and afraid, out of place. Violence is not my key, and so many doors they shut, locked and secure, till the next dose of reality. Isolated feminists, desolated in the wilderness, whereas the depicted setting for her utmost sought dream was to live in a man's shun, she still held captive by him, as man shunned from his very own existence, far too civilized to ever go back on the hunt. Curtains drawn become the mask. Larger sofas resemble animal heads once sadistically stuffed to symbolize who was the toughest. Giant television screens provided limited escape. Giant television screens provided limited escape. Once lived, now only watched as the clock set the tempo of his cold heart. He knew not who he was, and therefore could never truly understand who she was, and what she was a part of consisted of no trust. The serpent's lust chased love until all doors locked shut. Now dwelling in darkened hallways for days, too scared to care about what was starting outside. Strangers growing stranger than ever before, like before, when it all made sense and a true cause was there to fight for. He wanted her, and she was right there, but he could no longer take her, so he thought of her, touched himself, and afterwards thanked her for the visionary help. Only no satisfaction remains if the spiritual connection failed to paint this master and her together without bait. On the hook, her, she, became with face paint and torn cloth, revealing far more than just the naked eye. Wonder what the after effect would have been if mutual respect could have them reconnect to resurrect their reconstructed empire. Fallen like the angels they once were, like the stars they once idolized. Day and night, separation, insanity born through deprivation, testing the boundaries between meditation and levitation, lost in a world and a nation, in a state of mind, body, and soul, out of control, so low. The solo performances made them feel about each other's own separate yearns. The sun burns in her womb, a lunar moon. Believe, deceive, retrieve, receive, conceive the mystery of Eve. Getting even with her deceptors, swore to be her protectors. Neglectors, they were trying to find a scapegoat in the mirror. Only they could not confront their fear without two fists which shattered the glass, destroying the image. Now, who was there to blame? Now, who was theirs to blame? She threw apples at him as if they were stones shortly after he called himself a messiah. The world in all continents, the world in all contents, the world in all contexts has become complex with sex, once an aspect consisting of love and respect, now a reflex. In a minute, quickie, one night, stand up for who you are. Don't play the part, play the complete matter, 'cause everyone matters who gathers under the sun. This moon and this Eve, in between the two, cipher down to the very last molecule. One atom, another fathom deep. She took us to and through hell, and as we thought we fell, rewarded us with the keys to heaven. 3-7 identity. Identify the you and me when you thought I was the me you believed me to be, until she came inside my mind frame and exposed the real me for all to see, and I, through she, found inner peace. Once entered a beast, since attention eased it ceased, and just to believe I have been set free. Her gift was really love. All now is peace. All has released. No waiting to exhale. No taking time. No stopping for a catch of wind. She and I, her and him, now breathe with the greatest of ease. An unbroken belief, faith is full. And who the blind, sexist, and confused never knew, lost truth to become another's fool. The Lord touched our lives with each other's fingers. This is only right, no isolation, No greed, just unity. To those who have yet to see, why so hard to believe? Believe, Eve, believe, Eve, believe. Women walking past me with dried skin of animals wrapped around their feet, similar to head coverings worn by frontiersmen far back in another time. She wears the shadowed ingredient around her eyes that left rabbits to die blind in laboratories, but that's another story. Children are armed with water guns aiming at every target. CNN paints the bullseye center of all difference. The nightly news encourages us to pay homage to the select few who lost their lives due to friendly fire. But what kind of a friend kills a friend and then refers to it as a friendly act, I ask? With water used to cleanse our skin, biology teachings lead me to believing we are soaking in bloodbaths. Businessmen in sane business ads hire suits and tie, slacks and dress shoes to impress. The pattern begins as they gather identical to those beside them, trapped in cubicles, wrapped in warped pharmaceuticals. 9 pills a day, 9 lives away. Cats run in circles, chasing their own tails, targeting themselves, marketing their sweet poison off to someone else, profiting off the sale. Prophet set sail on a dried up river, standing still during a voyage where one must keep moving with the wind. Where to begin? I was referred to as him, thrown in a world of masculines, asked to walk the lion's den. I befriended them, made pets out of them, knew of their power, absorbed their strength and courage through passionate touch with my open palm. Watched businessmen change birth names to numbers. Statistics created populations. The congregations were being consumed by wild imaginations. In a mild setting, the sense of fear released from the innocents was detected by the enemy's malice. Just ask Alice what problems couldn't be solved with solutions as simple as a potion or a small piece of cake. I stay up far too late, caught in a world taught through an electric box, eclectic talk. The false idol creator stalks thoughts yet to be offered to God, and through all I saw, God was the only thought I kept thinking, patiently awaiting the next coming of an idea. I see no other come equal, my own brothers come evil, but these people are just people, and they daily live up to the phrase that humans make mistakes, prolonged in such a way that I see it's not a phase. These strangers and temptresses are nothing. A spirit exposed to electricity, a new drug. What the world needs now is a hero to invade the circuits, intercept feedback, and leave messages over and over until an answer is returned. This culture snug in the comfort of a new age coliseum, a gathering of strangers, everybody versus everybody. Unity only comes when a crisis is at hand, and then they begin to form groups, searching today for similarities. Yesterday they were pointing out every difference. Slow thinkers begin to think about carrying pride in a mysterious heritage they were supposed to be a part of. But I've read those history books, and after having flipped through all the pages, I only learned love was practiced by victims slain by the hand of men remembered as victorious. But is it not so obvious that these savages were never victorious? Their inner demons were alive and well, civilizing continents, colonizing clones, beat into submission, creating a western hell. Warm hearts frozen in the Arctic, drowning in liquid layers of oil as baby seals that survive club beatings search for the corpse of their skin-stripped mother. And now a new man wonders why nature conspires against us with 135-mile-per-hour wind gusts staring into the eye of a storm, born to balance the running numbers of these murderers, selling skin of an animal. Women treated as an animal sell their skin. They are imprisoned into the same men's skin trade, slave trades, ran by identical businessmen, setting up stores for women's clothing. Is it not yet obvious? Are the customers not noticing the swastika-shaped racks and close times? These businessmen share image of a dress code. The pattern begins, a secret code of an organization resurrecting evil dictators. I send prayers to my Savior. In the jaws of God, teeth ache with the pain of disbelief. adding and subtracting lives like we were gods. Blamed the family dog, but it was man that lost his mind and disobeyed his master all along. I talk improper to the anti-metaphor, down on all sores, carnivores, carving into swords of a battered earth. Wounds never heal, open tombs welcome new birth. Death on the first heartbeat, I repeat and repent as an ancient spirit traveling the sound waves in cyberspace. A new culture refusing to partake in a rechanneling of that which was before. No more wars, have we not learned from before? Before walking on all fours, these carnivores carving at their self-inflicted sores once stood upright, now just down wrong. What happened? What went wrong? Can't see the sun in the beginning of dawn. After Eve, the moonlight makes me see I was plagued by the disgust and insecurities of pedigrees way before me. So hard to believe I was once on my feet. Now it's on and off. The will to crawl, the will to walk. Will I talk these thoughts into existence and be capable of living in a period which will bring an end to this drugged-on sentence? Yes, I am alone, surrounded by 4 walls of brick stone, under a ceiling shortened by a thin layer of styrofoam. Electric speakers, air-controlled machines, conditioned, then imprisoned by my surroundings. My new foundlings wait outside the glass door, past the sores, no longer picked for the pain I took blame for. Allow them to heal, I must allow myself to be real, allow myself to feel the warmth of these hearts possessed by my loved ones, helping me become the world once against me. Universal law taught thoughts how to talk. I love all of who I got to help me across the waiting river, shallow with a message so deep. In sleep my dreams show a glimpse of reality. She speaks words out of her lips that kiss my spirit. Soul is in control. I unfold all mystery into one existence and bear truth. These tears are for the truth. These tears are for you. These tears are for the dedication and the faith. All my beloved practice, holding me up when it seems I might fall. As I recall, she said she loved me, and that led to an exit, away from the grasp of strangers. Only friends gather beside me on this day, so far away, and she still holds my heart that thumps come closer. She beats me into existence. The existence. The very inspiration for compassion.
I love all of you.
The thought of a great idea.
Wise and
The eyes of a picture staring at the painting.
masterpiece.
The full pocket of poverty enriched with change.
A new day.
To forget everything taught is to remember everything.
Born
The
instant.
world is my home. Spirit's my room.
No borders.
No man is alone. We are all under one rule.
One Father.
To silence one who speaks after the daylight is to only bring a new being to the next sunrise.
Resurrection.
There is no lost cause, only last calls before the cycle revolves. And once again, the same progress to the future, present right now before the eyes of love.
Always
The
salvation.
inner strength buried by non-believers, heard through spirit and thought that talks behind the walls, past man's law, confined in darkened halls of forever burning light.
Faith.
I love all of you, wise and new, presenting a masterpiece,
A new day.
Back to the first, let us rehearse, born instinct, reverse dividing borders, live under one Father, always waiting for the resurrection, endless, we seek salvation. I speak with faith, inspiration, compassion, thought, ideas, picture the time in need of change, forgot all, remembered pure truth with a global spirit, no one shall be alone. The lost cause was a last call, I repeat, the lost cause was a last call, I repeat, the lost cause was a last call. Under one rule, I progressed to the future with love, found within disbelief. The spirit had begun to talk, confined behind the walls of man's law in a darkened hall. My light forever burned with faith. My light forever turned to faith. My light forever burned with faith. My life forever turned to faith. My light forever burned with faith. My life forever turned to faith. My life was turned around by faith. I am one man who stands in the hands of God. Embrace the race, all pain now, tasting this race. We've got to keep this faith. We've got to keep this faith. We must have faith. I repeat, we must have faith. If it is not a Lord that the mortal has conjured through these
handwritten scriptures, myths, misconceptions, and mere manifestations, look within to find that higher force which dwells within all of our spirits, awaiting to be found. We are not gods, we are merely God's children, living up to our Father's role, following in his footsteps, to and through paths of righteousness. The Lord is my judge, my Father, my light, my love, my life, my eyes, my Christ. Through spirit and thought it talks behind the walls, past man's law, confined in darkened halls, the forever burning light, the forever burning light, the forever burning light. Faith, on trial for all I was not, defending all that I am. On trial for all I was not, defending all that I am. There is only one judge, there is only one me, there is only one final verdict which will be decided by faith, and that verdict conjures my true judge to exist before me.